Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Hypnotherapy can be so beneficial in changing your life in so many ways. Want to stop smoking, control your weight, have anxiety, maybe depression, afraid to get on a plane, whatever it might be. Unfortunately, a lot of people pick hypnotherapy as the last thing they try, and it should be the first thing you try. I'm speaking from experience. Wow, what a difference it made in my life. And yeah, I'll admit, I was kind of afraid to do it. Like, I don't know what to expect. We're going to show you all of that today and ease your mind and make your mind feel better after hypnotherapy if you choose to do it. And she's fantastic at it as a certified hypnotherapist. Hania Wilkos is back with us. Welcome. How are you?
Hi, I'm great. How are you?
Real good, real good. And I'm glad we're going to dig a little bit deeper into this because more and more people I talk to, and I'm like the hypnotherapy cheerleader. I'm like, do it. It's good. Do it again. Even when I say that even to my sister, and she's like, well, I don't really, maybe I'll try. And I know what she's thinking because I was thinking it. They're going to control my mind. It's going to be uncomfortable. I don't even know what to expect. All of that stuff. It's just not true. It's so easy. Is this typically what you hear from people when they're contemplating hypnotherapy?
People are afraid. They don't know what's going to happen. And it's actually easy. You're very awake doing the hypnosis. You basically go, like, I think we mentioned that before. We go into that state before we fall asleep and before we wake up completely in the morning. On top of all that, our children, and so were us when we were little, are in the hypnotic state until the age 6, 7. It's just the brain waves.
Explain it. Say that again. I don't think I heard that clear, and I've never heard it before about children.
Our children are in that state. Their brainwave is in theta. This is the time when we're being programmed. So we're running the program implanted in us by our parents, by the feelings and emotions and thoughts of our mother when we're in the last trimester, and all the way when we go to school. Jesuits used to say, give me a child until 7, I'll make him a man. Because they knew what we're finding out now. We were programmed. And then we got programmed so well in the base of the program that was given to us when we were children, that now we program ourselves. We put limitations on ourselves. We're not even aware of it. If you're going to have emotion and logic, if you're going to use emotion and logic, which one do you think it's going to win?
I'm going to say logic.
Emotion. Always emotion. Emotion is stronger than logic. If you're going to have a person that is very emotional and you're trying to make them understand, you're not going to succeed. You have to wait until the emotion goes away, because emotion creates.
So I guess it's a balance between the two, because then I think of it this way. What if you have a thought, you have a gut feeling, but your logic gets in the way and you don't listen to what's in here? I'm going to, I guess, understand here that the emotion wasn't strong enough to overcome the logic.
That's consciousness and subconscious. You just described consciousness and subconscious. Subconscious is your program. It's like a program in a computer. It just runs. You set up, let's say, updates, and you set up whatever, cleaning the computer, updating viruses, removing and stuff. You put it on. Mine is at 8:30 in the morning, let's say, right?
Yep.
And it just goes automatically. Like, you automatically get up, you go to the bathroom, you brush your teeth, you make your coffee, everything we do. This is the program that we're running on. And the program is going to doubt. This is not familiar. Let's just stay with what we know. At least it's a known evil.
Right.
And your feeling, your gut feeling, comes from your soul, comes from your spirit. It wants to experience. It wants to discover. the unfamiliar. The unfamiliar, it's going to feel uncomfortable. So just get ready. When you want to go to that unfamiliar, what if, that it's going to get uncomfortable because it's not something you've been doing all the time. So you have subconscious, which is the program, and conscious, which is your soul. And that's where we are in hypnosis. We're conscious. So you're not unconscious in the hypnosis. I can't program you if you don't want to be programmed. I have programs when, if you have, let's say, a problem with eating or financial or over shopping, whatever the addiction is, because addiction is not only alcohol and smoking, then I have programs that we can talk and I will program you. I will program you, or you will program yourself by listening and repeating after me. And then I'm going to also ask you to create your own desire. Let's say finances. And you said, well, the money goes, like through a drain. It's gone. Then you say, okay, I'm very good with saving money. I'm very good with managing my finances. I'm very good with monetizing my talents. So I give you ideas and you can expand on that. You can reject that and say, okay, I'm going to use it differently. So these are one of the meditations when you have a problem with something that you want to get a hold of it. Also, I give homework so you can work on yourself. You don't have to keep coming for hundreds of sessions to program yourself. You already know how to program yourself. Programming yourself, it's repetition. Being a healthy obsessed, like I am healthy obsessed with hypnosis. I'm passionate and in a way obsessed with hypnosis. It's something that I love doing. And you can wake me in the middle of the night and say, I need for you to do a session because I can't do this or whatever. Something is scaring me. And I'm going to say, okay, hold on. I got to just, let me get my thoughts together and I'll do it because I love it. It's my passion. I thrive in it. So these are different ways. And then you find what speaks to you the most and just follow that. So with emotion and logic is something known. It's the left side of the brain. The right side of the brain is when we do with what moves us, the desirable, the unknown, something that we want to experience, whatever that might be.
Learning a lot here, and the emotional logic balance is now coming clearer. I'm wondering if you can give us an example of what the beginning of hypnotherapy might look like. I mean, use me as a subject or just repeat some of the things that you say, because hearing it makes it real. For me, I had no idea what to expect. And anytime I've had hypnotherapy, it was just like this on a Zoom video. And granted, we'll give an example, I guess, of this, but it would take longer. We're talking like, 45-minute session or whatever the case might be. But essentially how you lead somebody into it, I think a lot of us have an aversion. Like we're afraid, like what's going to go on? What are they going to say? And it's nothing. Honestly, I went back to my childhood. It was like watching TV. I was watching myself on TV. That's what it felt like. Like I was a spectator watching myself younger. And
you watch
also,
yourself.
Right. And I was seeing the situations that I knew and know what went on that impacted me later in life. Bullying, parents splitting up. And I'm sure this one is big, and that is feeling that you're not enough or not good enough. I'm guessing that's probably one of the top ones that you deal with, which translates to all other situations, but it kind of begins there. Would you say that's right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Not feeling enough, not feeling good enough, not accepting yourself just because somebody else doesn't accept you. I'm going to have, let's say, an audience of 1,000 people speaking and explaining. And there is going to be half of the people that it's going to accept what I'm saying, and they're going to be happy with it. And there's going to be the half that it's going to say, oh, just a baloney. I can't go to 500 people and explain to every single one my message and make them like me, make them like my message.
Right.
It's impossible. So
Right.
you can't hit, to all of them. You have to accept yourself and then just give your message to whoever finds it interesting. So in the hypnosis, what I do is, it's basic. In any hypnosis with anybody, you basically look up like you're trying to see your eyebrows, or like you're trying to see your brain.
Do you do that with your eyes open or closed?
On the beginning, you can do it with the eyes open, and just keep looking up, and your brain waves start changing. And then I keep talking, telling you to relax your body, to take a breath in. With every breath, your body relaxes more and deeper. And then I take you through numbers from 10 to 1. And I'll ask you how you feel, what do you see, what do you feel, what do you smell. Basically, I want to know your senses. And where are you? What are you wearing? Things like that. And then I'll take you deeper from 3 to 1. I want you to go to a certain place. Go to your favorite place. Or if it is a deep cleansing of our soul, then I ask that your soul take me to the place, memory, dream, anything that it wants to show me. And usually the soul, you think, okay, I'm going to go and I'm going to show her this and that because I came with that intention. But when you're in that state, your soul takes over. It's no more logic. Your soul takes over, and it shows you what it wants you to pay attention to, either from this lifetime or past lifetime. It doesn't matter if it happened thousands years ago, when you were a man or a woman. It doesn't matter if it happened when you were a child or if it happened a couple of days ago. So it basically takes you in, and it shows you the situation that it wants to work on. And that situation might be connected to something that happened to you many years ago, many lifetimes ago, and you keep dragging it to today. And we work on it. My question is, what is the feeling? What do you feel? Usually it's being trapped, angry, fear. Fear is the first one and the most common. Fear can paralyze us in the spirit and in the physical. And then I ask, where is it located in your body? And, it's either in the solar plexus or in the heart or in the head, or it's all over. I said, okay, it's only energy. Take that out. Remove that all. Let's remove it. And in the process of finding out when it happened and what was so fearful, then I say, okay, so now you're in that certain situation when you're making a decision, right? That it's going to make an effect on you for the rest of your life, let's say in this lifetime. I said, okay, but take that fear. You standing in front of that situation, just like you saw those clips from your lifetime, like a movie, right?
Sure.
And I said, okay, so you standing there, you're going to make that decision based on fear. And these are the circumstances. That's the effect. This was the cause, the fear and the situation. And now this is the effect of that fear. All those obstacles that you had, all that trauma that you had, all that feeling unwanted, unloved. So what happened? You didn't love yourself enough to believe in yourself. So let's remove that fear. Let's neutralize, change to love for yourself, high self-esteem, whatever the situation is. Okay, now look at what stands in front of you. You have to make a decision that it's going to influence the rest of your life. And you already know what it did influence. And the soul said, okay, I don't want to do this. I want to approach that differently. So I'm not programming the soul. What I am doing is I am giving the options and possibility to change. But in order to change, you have to, in the hypnosis, see how it came about. When you have the understanding, you're conscious of the chain reaction from that one decision. Okay, let's say it's that one decision of taking the drugs and then being addicted to, and look what happened. Look, the whole family or whoever, the relationships that fell apart, your health that deteriorated, and many other things. So basically, you're seeing everything in the hypnosis. And I said, okay, so what do you want to do? I said, I want to walk away from it. I'm going to say that's great, guys, or whatever, but I'm not ready. I choose a different outcome. And you change that. You remove that whole scenario. That doesn't mean it didn't happen. What it means, you have the lesson that you have learned from it. But now, since you remove that energy, you have the understanding, you approach to now and so-called future that doesn't exist is different. You have changed yourself by yourself, and I am just a person that is helping you, guiding you. The decision is always yours. I also had situations when we were working on a teenager that could not get on a hypnosis. It couldn't go into that deep hypnotic state to see. And so my telepath, she was working with his soul, and I always need a permission from the soul to work with. And the soul said, no, I don't want to change anything.
No, I just want to understand, when we say the soul said, did they physically tell you that, no, I'm not ready? Or you just detected from what they were giving back that they're not ready to do hypnotherapy?
No, the soul is, the person can, it's very difficult to put me on the deep hypnosis because I'm very logical. I have a constantly thinking.
Is this you?
Analyzing, that's me.
Yeah.
So
okay.
it's difficult to hypnotize me to a deeper state that I can have those visions and I can see. So when I work on myself, I work with the telepath. So my soul could say, I don't want to change that. And I'm gonna say, okay, Hania, why don't you want to change that? So she'll tell me. And I said, okay, so let's play a game.
Oh.
You keep that. So let's remove that energy. And I'll change, let's say, check your, let's say, immune system, right? Hania says, I love chocolate. I want you to eat it. And I'm going to say, well, but, I get cushions from chocolate. So let's work on it. So let's remove that chocolate. Look at your immune system, your whole body. What is the percentage of, effect on that? Let's say 20% of the chocolate on your body. Okay, fine. So now remove all that. When you remove that, how do you feel? How does your body? Well, my body is 100% now. With whatever, my immune system is stronger. My healthy bacteria are stronger because, carbs will feed that bad bacteria. I mean, that undesirable bacteria. And I said, okay, so fine. So now you have what you want to keep and what I am offering that you let go of. So that's your decision. What do you want to do? Always. It's going to say, okay, I'll change. Always. Sometimes you have a situation when there is two people, a husband or a boyfriend and girlfriend is doing a hypnosis, and I'm working, and the soul of the girlfriend or wife comes in and wants to observe. And then I ask the person, because I can call the whole family. There's no limit of who I can call. They might want to participate or not. They might want to come or not. You can have anybody, and you can talk to anybody who is willing to talk to you on the other side, which means the living, the not living, the angels, the guardian angels, the ascended masters, which are so popular now. So you can have all of them. And then I say, okay, so you did this. Do you want me to help you with something? You don't have a session with me, but it's an open space. Would you like to work on yourself? Do you want me? Well, I don't know this and that. She's just observing. Let's say it's a girl. She's just observing. I said, okay, you want to play a game? Take that out. look at your immune system. Let's say we're talking about, let's say, health. I said, okay, so look at your immune system. Well, it's working only on 60%. I said, so let's take that out and tell me how's your immune system now? 100%. I'm like, okay, so decision is yours. You didn't give me permission to work with you, so I can't influence you. I can't do anything with it. So just you do what you want. Well, I want to remove that. So how do I do that? And I said, easy. I don't like garbage all over there, because I call it our personal garbage. I don't want to throw any of my personal garbage into the universe, since I don't understand the universe. So I said, okay, so let's just neutralize that. And you can neutralize, since it's your energy, you can neutralize it. And then what do you want to make of it? Oh, you want to strengthen my immune system even more. And I said, perfect. So just make that energy that strengthens your immune system, or that your self-esteem, or that love for yourself. And that's how it works. And she was just an observer. So when I have a session with, let's say, with you, I can call your entire family. When I have a session with me and my girl, then I will call my entire family. I will call my son. His girlfriend usually comes with him. And she's observing. She's not into it, but she's looking. What is his mother doing to him? And, she wants,
and he's comfortable. He's comfortable with somebody there observing.
Yes, because he's in a different state.
Okay, so it's on Zoom. Okay,
yeah. So it's not even on Zoom. He doesn't know I'm his mother. So I give myself a permission to call him up and check him. But since his physical part, it's like, no, I don't believe in all that. It's not my thing. He's more business-oriented guy. Wow. I'm more spirit and the unknown. When he was young, there was Robert Stock and Unsolved Mystery. I don't know if you remember that show, do.
Yes, Unsolved Mysteries.
God. The eyes would flip and he would just walk behind. There is watching the unknown. But I was always drawn to it.
But that was your thing.
So
yeah.
That was my thing. So we are born with that. We just have to observe ourselves. What makes us fall in love with something? What is that thing that we love so much? But with all that, first, we have to fall in love with ourselves. With everything. I know we talked about it before, but self-love is the most important thing.
That's a universal rule. It is.
Absolutely.
And I've heard it for years and never really put a lot of stock in it. It sounded very metaphysically. Well, now I'm more in tune with all of this stuff, and now I get it. And if you don't provide for yourself emotionally, all of that, and we don't, a lot of us don't do the right kind of self-care. It's not going to be good. You're going to have issues. You're going to have even relationship issues. It's until you got you figured out, it doesn't work. and we're just about out of time here. To figure you out, hypnotherapy. That's what we're talking about here. That gets you all the issues that you have. Everything can be solved with hypnotherapy. And thank you for the example today. It's exactly what you said. It's, just somebody speaking to you, putting you in just a different relaxed state where you can tap into what's inside of you and those memories, and then connect the dots, as I put it, connect from now back to your childhood or whatever. I don't want to say what went wrong, but what influenced you, what programmed you. That's what we're talking, the computer program. Hania, how do we find you?
On my website, wilkos.com. I'm on Facebook. I'm on YouTube. You just Google my name and I'm there.
Yep. Hania, and Wilkos is Wilkos. Thanks for all the insight today. And yeah, I wondered how it would be if you explained, because we didn't have time to go into a full hypnotherapy session, but I think it was clear. That's basically it, everybody. There's no, but it works. It works.
It's just like a meditation, only you have a conversation.
You know what? I've never heard that put that way before. And there you go. There it is. It's like a meditation. And if you're still unfamiliar or uncomfortable with meditation, Google it. Go to YouTube. Look at a couple of videos. Try to meditate. And then take the next step. Have somebody walk you through it. And that's called hypnotherapy. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you.
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you now have even more ways to listen live. Check out the MyTuner Radio, online radio box, and Simple Radio apps on iOS and Android, or find us online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com, or search Podcast Business News Network on streama.com and onlineradiobox.com/US. Take your podcast on the go and don't miss a minute of the action.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house.
And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned.
This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.